is Sunday night. It is Oscar live reaction night. However, we got to go over the weekend box office. This was big. Birds of Prey opened, and I know you're all wondering, how did it do? Well, not as good as we all wanted it to, unfortunately. So it was number one at the box office. That is a plus. However, it only brought in $33.2 million, and that is $20 million lower than Shazam, which was the current lowest DCEU film. Below that, $20 million, not promising for a Birds of Prey sequel. Now, why did this happen? You must be questioning this. DC kind of has a built-in audience, so why did this occur? Well, I do have a couple of theories. Number one, I believe no one really knows who the Birds of Prey are. We love Harley Quinn, and we love Margot Robbie in the role of Harley Quinn. However, if you're like me, you're a Marvel gal. I'm not hardcore into DC. I don't know the history of Black Canary and Huntress. I don't know who they are. I don't know Renee Montoya. I don't know Cassandra Cain and who they're going to be in the future. And I think that probably had an impact on people. Another reason is the R rating. This film is bright and colorful. Harley Quinn is fun. And I feel like that appeals to later age teenager, like 14, 15 to 18 years old. And if you're under 18, you couldn't go and see this film by yourself. So therefore, that's really slashing your audience a lot. And they couldn't go and see it 2 or 3 times in a weekend like teenagers do if they really love a movie. Another reason is that I didn't see this, but other people are saying that the film comes off as trashing men. So therefore, why are guys going to want to go and see this film if they think that they're being trashed? Doesn't really make any sense. And the final reason is I think the DC has a major problem. I don't believe DC is as successful as Marvel, and I am not slamming DC whatsoever. I like DC films. I feel like they need to step up their game and kind of get things together because Marvel has a winning formula. Every single time a Marvel movie comes out, it's an event. It always opens with $100 million. They're all successful. Maybe except for Ant-Man and the Wasp, but, you know, everyone has a bomb. I mean, whatever. But I feel like the DC franchise needs one person at the helm, like how Marvel has Kevin Feige. He's obsessed with Marvel. He's a super fan. He loves it. And I feel like that's what the DC is lacking. So unfortunately, Birds of Prey did not perform as well as we wanted them to at the box office. However, I am proud of myself because last week I predicted the top 5 and I got them all right. And I predicted Jumanji back in the top 5 spot as a joke. And I was correct. So let's quickly go over that. Number 2 was Bad Boys for Life with $12 million. They have $166 million overall. This train is not stopping. Guaranteed 4th, possibly 5th film. Number 3 is 1917, $9 million with $132 million overall. If it wins a lot of awards tonight, if it wins Best Picture, it might go up in the ranking to the number 2 slot. I'm not sure, but it's probably going to make a lot more money, especially if it wins Best Picture. Number 4, Doolittle, $6.6 million and holding with $63.9 million overall. And number 5 is Jumanji, $5.5 million with $298 million overall. Wow. Wonderful news for The Rock. That's amazing. Number 8 is big news. Knives Out is back into the top 10 after taking a nosedive last week and getting out of there. They're back in with $2.3 million, $159 million overall. This Knives Out train is not stopping. A sequel has already been greenlit. They're possibly talking about this becoming a franchise and coming out every Thanksgiving. I wouldn't mind that because I love Knives Out. I love a good murder mystery. I feel like it should go into the vein of American Horror Story, where every season, every movie is a brand new cast with a brand new story, a brand new murder mystery. I think that would be a lot of fun. And number 9 was Little Women. Why is this big news? Because they finally crossed the $100 million mark after how many weeks out in theaters? So it's good to see they finally made it over the hump. All right, so opening this week. This is going to be a very complicated week to predict. A lot of things could happen. So opening is Sonic the Hedgehog. We have The Photograph and Fantasy Island, a nice little horror movie. And let's remember, Valentine's Day is on Friday. I believe the top 5, number 1 is going to be Birds of Prey again. Because if you are single, if you're hating men, if you don't want a boyfriend, if you're hanging out with your girls, you're probably going to see Birds of Prey. This is where I think it might look up at the box office. It might make more money than it did opening weekend. Possibly. I'm hoping. I love the film, so I really want people to go and see it. Number 2, I think, is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog. This is only if 1917 maybe doesn't win Best Picture. Then if it does, it could go up into the second spot, because now if it's Best Picture, everyone's going to be talking about it. Everyone's going to want to go and see it. So it might get a boost from that. If not, I think it'll drop out. And Sonic the Hedgehog, we need a good kids film. This is for kids. A lot of kids are going to go and see this. So that's going to be number 2. Number 3, I'm putting Fantasy Island. If you're not going to go the Birds of Prey route, then you're probably going to want to go and see a horror film. So that's where Fantasy Island is going to fulfill that void for you. Number 4, I'm going to put Bad Boys for Life. I don't feel like it's going to fully drop out of the top 5 yet. I feel like it's going to be in there for one more week. And then number 5, I'm putting The Photograph, a nice romantic film, because after all, it is Valentine's Day weekend. Thank you so much for going over the box office with me. We are getting ready for Oscars tonight. I cannot wait. I am thrilled. We have so much stuff going on. Food, drinks, costumes, and the show, and Kim, and Mom and Dad. You guys are not going to want to miss it, so stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, thank you so much. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the movies.